Live 3 miles apart on the Lawrence corridor in Chicago, it's semi-regular
Semi-regular Wednesdays.
And it's our last show before Halloween with our special guests, Sophia Florence, Lauren Mayer, Carla Ulbrich, and Clayton. And now, replacing It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown on network television, Bodi Shak Bangers.
Woohoo!
Good evening, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Stuart?
Good. Just trying to get into the Halloween spirit. It's been
I gotcha. You know, it's
tricky this year.
it's been interesting. It's been interesting. Yeah. No, it's
Yes. That's putting it mildly. But welcome everyone. For those of you who do not know us, Dan and I are the Bodi Shak Bangers.
Mhm.
We are an improv duo based off Chicago. We have been performing together for about 7.5 years, and we have been hosting remote shows on Zoom on Facebook Live and YouTube Live via Zoom since the end of March, so a little over 7 months now. Thank you for tuning in. While I'm trying to get into Halloween spirit, Dan, if you could tell us a few words about some of the small businesses that we're trying to support and some fundraisers that are going on.
Yes, if you look down below, you'll see a banner for everyone looking at home, and that banner is used to promote some businesses and campaigns, as Stuart said, that we are trying to push at this time because, I think this is a time when everyone needs a little help. First, I thought I'd point out there is a GoFundMe organized by the comedian Chris Redd. Chris Redd is trying to raise money to try to pay for the medical costs of people who were at Black Lives Matter's protests. So if they happen to contract COVID-19, that disease is still out there, and the protests, I guess I haven't heard of any in a while, but I believe they're probably still happening here and there. But second, there is the bar that Stuart and I usually have this show at. I am very tongue-tied tonight. That is Shakers on Clark. Shakers on Clark is currently trying to raise money to give tips to their bar staff. They can't employ their bar staff like they used to, so they are using a GoFundMe. You can find the GoFundMe in the description of this event. Third, there is a gym that I go to. It's called Bodi Shak. It's a Black-owned gym. They did have to close down for a while. They are back open in limited capacity with their classes. If you do want to sign up for a fitness class, I do have the link in the description. I really recommend it. If it's not something that is feasible for you because they really just have one location that's a couple blocks from my house, you can donate to their GoFundMe as well. Last and certainly not least, there is First Sip Cafe. First Sip Cafe is a little cafe in the Asia on Argyle area in Chicago. Really great spot. They have great coffee and tea drinks, and I have a link in the description for gift cards for them. And finally, if none of these places are local to you, I highly encourage you to just go out and support your own local businesses, be them restaurants, hardware stores, what have you, pie shops, doesn't matter. That's just about it. Back to you, Stuart.
Thank you so much, Dan. I was just thinking, now a lot of people don't know this, but Dan was an Eagle Scout. That's
That is correct, yeah.
That's correct. I was about to say Boy Scouts, but you were the next thing up, Eagle Scouts. Now,
I don't know. Anyway, keep going.
When you were Eagle Scouts, you probably did a lot of camping, and you probably sat around campfires and shared stories, right?
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh, awesome. I was thinking because it's Halloween. I was thinking before we get to any of the comedy tonight, you don't mind if I share a quick scary story? Do you?
Do it.
Okay, just give me kind of a second, just get the atmosphere right. Just a moment. Hello, my fellow ghouls. Just a reminder that there's a 48% chance Donald Trump might be reelected next week. Okay, that's all I had. Okay. Well, hopefully I created a scary atmosphere.
That was very scary. That's a very scary thought.
Yes. I mean, it's just under 50%. It's practically a coin flip right now. So I encourage everyone who is watching right now, if you have not voted already, vote. And the deadline has passed for voting by mail. So if you have to vote by mail or you have a ballot that you have to fill out at home, take it to your nearest polling place.
Yeah.
They will accept it.
Mm-hmm. I have not voted by mail yet, and I'm going to go to my polling place probably tomorrow to drop mine off.
God bless you, Dan. God bless you. Well, while I'm in the spooky mood, I may as well introduce all of our acts for this evening. Closing the night, this very ghoulish night, the two-man, no suggestion improv shenanigans of the Flower Shop Bangers.
Woo!
Immediately preceding the bangers, we have the musical stylings of Carla Ulbrich.
Woohoo!
Right before Carla Ulbrich, we have stand-up comedy from Clayton.
Woo!
And then before Clayton, we have more stand-up comedy courtesy of Sophia Florence.
Woohoo!
And now, leading us off this evening, very wonderful comic. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Our first comic hosts a weekly topical comedy song show that has earned millions of views and almost as many trolls. She is an award-winning songwriter with 7 albums of original comedy songs. As a 5-time recipient of the San Francisco Cabaret Gold Award. However, her mother still doesn't understand why she didn't go to law school. Please give it up for Lauren Mayer.
Well, thank you so much, Stuart. I'm delighted to make my debut on your show. I wish I had been able to join you before, but this is so great to be here. And I was trying to find something to start off with that we could all relate to, but since we're all putting out our work now online, on Zoom, and probably on social media, I thought I would start off by talking about how I've made lemonade out of lemons for one of the not so great side effects of being a social media star, such as it is. Dear internet trolls, thanks for taking so much time to tell me I'm a worthless jerk and you hate my work. But even folks who don't like my videos do count. So you and your pals have really goosed my view count. Though you think my writing and singing sucks, you help me make a few extra bucks. And you might think that I think your comments are scary, but clearly you just need a hug and a dictionary. Dear internet trolls, gosh, you really sound upset and you want to get it off your chest, but I'm not impressed. Your anti-Semitic sexist slurs would be more compelling if you could be bothered to check your spelling. And as for using foul language to knock me, I've raised teenage sons, so it's hard to shock me. So why think that I think your comments are scary? Clearly you just need a hug and a dictionary and a good therapist. Now some of what you state may seem hateful, but for making me feel famous I'm grateful. And I don't want to sound shrill myself, but you and your pals have already suggested plenty of possible methods to kill myself, so I'm good for now. Thanks! Dear internet trolls, did you think the way you belly ached was gonna make me disappear? I'm still here, but I know what's behind the misbehaving around your tricks, showing off for each other by waving around your words. If what I create makes you hate and deplore it, you know, you could always just ignore it. So don't think that I think your comments are scary. Clearly, you just need a hug and a dictionary and and a good therapist, and a job, and a social life, and something constructive to do with what's clearly too much free time on your hands, and a teddy bear, and a lollipop. Thank you. Yeah, I have had the trolls come out. I did have to realize the only thing they were really a threat to was the English language. But it was kind of fun when they found me because I have raised teenage sons. And when I started doing these songs every week several years ago, my younger son was a teenager at the time. And he told me not to get my hopes up too much because, as he put it, you know, Mom, anything over 100 views is viral for old people. It's fun proving your kids wrong. So this next song I want to do in the spirit of the Halloween theme about a frightening experience that I've had. And I'm looking at the other guests here. At least none of the other comedians on this, I think, have gone through this particular experience. But maybe some of the people watching have. So Semi-Regular Wednesdays, are you ready to rock and roll?
Yes.
Woo! My mood is edgy, my nerves are fried. I can't control it, God knows I've tried. I'm either crying or in a rage. There's no denying I'm acting my age. But what makes it twice as frightening is that my kid is going through the exact same thing. Hormone hell at my house. Hormone hell at my house. Mom's menopausal with a teen in puberty, not a pretty sight to see. Around here no one talks and we can yell, 'cause we're in hormone hell. Ouch. I hurt myself. Once I was pleasant and he was too. Now he's an adolescent and I'm a shrew. He's locked in his room, headphones on his ears. Cats and commercials reduce me to tears. They say misery loves company, but I'm not sure if that applies to my son and me. Hormone hell at my house. Hormone hell at my house. Mom's menopausal with a teen in puberty, not a pretty sight to see. Around her no one talks and we can yell, 'cause we're in hormone hell. Instrumental solo. Oh my gosh. I feel lethargic, he's wound up tight. He feels despondent, I sweat all night. His rude comments make me cry. He's sprouting facial hair, and so am I. The only thought that relieves my curse is that I hear with a daughter, it's even worse. Hormone hell at my house. Everybody, hormone hell at my house. Get your lighters out, your phones out. Mom's menopausal with a teen in puberty, not a pretty sight to see. Around here no one talks and we can yell, 'cause we're in hormone hell. Everybody, 'cause we're in hormone hell. Big finish. Hormone hell. Hormone hell. Ooh, my fan didn't turn itself off. Anybody else out there in hormone hell? I guess not. Oh, well, I guess I'm the only one with that. Well, since Stuart, you already alluded to the reason why we're doing all these things virtually, I thought I would end my set with a little public service announcement about something, again, shouldn't necessarily be political, but I guess it is. So here we go. Can you hear this, okay? Hey, fashion world, hey, Cosmo girl, in trends you may bask, but these days you're never fully dressed without a mask. find matching ones. It can be fun, not that hard a task, as long as you're never fully dressed without a mask. It shows you care about others, trust data, and use your head. 'Cause what you wear from ear to ear can help prevent the spread of COVID. If states want to reopen from Kansas to Alaska, it runs, tell them you're never fully dressed without a mask. Oh, the lovely Oy Vey sisters. Yes, wash your hands and wear a mask. We know it works. Stop being jerks. So selfish and crass. 'Cause honey, the experts have all stressed you're never dressed without an MPS mask. These nut job protesters have such a lame argument. If you don't like cloth on your face, you'll really hate a ventilator. So Costco Joe, so Starbucks Schmo, don't be a jackass. Come on, we ask, spare us your protest and give that crap a rest. You're never fully dressed without, you can't see the kick line, mask, 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 darn you, mask. Thank you.
Hi there, everyone.
Woo!
That was delightful. Thank you so much, Lauren. All right. Also, by the way, if you've missed any part of the show so far, this whole show will be archived on the Flower Shop Bangers Facebook page right after this show ends, which will probably be somewhere around 8:15 and 8:20 Chicago time tonight. Thank you so much, Lauren. We appreciate it. All right. So before we get to our next act, two small pieces of business. First of all, this is basically how we do crowd work in 2020. Our lovely webmaster, Dan Anderson, checks in on our audience on Facebook Live to see if anyone is looking for a shout out or if anyone has any questions or comments about the show.
Sure. I see a couple people that are watching. Really appreciate you guys. They're all people that we've either booked or watched the show regularly, so it's a lot of fun. One is Brooke Barcel. Brooke is an act we've booked before, really great comic based out of Omaha, Nebraska. And then there's also Jordan and Mark Romanowski. They're both watching, and I see them watching frequently. And I'm pretty sure that Jordan put the ha-ha reaction right when you were telling your ghost story, so that was a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm glad someone appreciated that bit. I just fear there's just one opportunity to do that. So thank you for the feedback. I try doing seasonal bits, just something that has kind of that a short shelf life, but you make the most of it. I like to think it's
COVID?
Right. Okay. So a little bit more about the show that Dan and I are doing. So when Dan and I were hosting our show at Shakers on Clark, a show that we have been hosting at Shakers since July 2018, we began a campaign to save Chicago Barprov. So a short history lesson, a very minute and obscure history lesson. In the early 2010s, mid-2010s, there used to be barprov shows, which is to say a portmanteau for bar improv shows, in bars all over the north side of Chicago. Dan and I first cut our teeth at the Underground Lounge in Wrigleyville, but there used to be shows at Mullins, Crocodile Lounge, AJ Hudson's, the Horseshoe. I'm blanking on some of the other bars that used to host shows, and but they're mostly like in Lakeview, North Center, Wrigleyville, Boys Town. And one by one, these shows started getting canceled, or the bars started going out of business, or people just in general started moving in a different direction. But it could have also just been, there are just so many barprov shows. So by the time Dan and I moved to Shakers almost 2.5 years ago, the very concept of Chicago Barprov had its back against the wall. And we wanted to be that tent pole for free comedy inside a bar. And, even though it is technically bar improv, it's not limited to improv. I mean, we've had stand-ups, we've had, obviously, we just had some live music. We've got the solo sketch. It's really just an opportunity to see free comedy variety in a bar. And as an incentive for being the tent poles of Saving Chicago Barprov, we have set up this improv tip jar. Yes, there is cash inside this tip jar. Now, I'm not expecting anyone to walk up to my third story apartment and throw money into this jar. Dan is not expecting anyone to walk up to his third story apartment and throw money at him. And that would be, because that's just weird. So we would like you to tip us on Venmo.
Yeah.
My Venmo, as well as Dan's Venmo, is above me on the black letter box right now. I think I'm the one that's...
Woo!
Yeah, I think I am.
You're up there.
You
just
can
don't know
donate
where.
money to all of our performers tonight through Venmo. At the very moment, our improv tip jar has $12.18, which means all of our performers tonight are going home with at least $2.03.
Woo!
Hell
We
yeah.
did not tell any of our performers that this was a paying gig. Well, I enjoy the delight on their faces, especially because I mentioned on Facebook that Dan and I have never met any of our performers tonight prior to tonight's show. So we were just in for oodles of surprises. Without further ado, our next comic is part of the thriving Western Connecticut stand-up scene. She is perhaps Connecticut's best known and beloved socialist. Please welcome to the show, Sophia Florence.
Woo!
Sophia, I apologize. I hit the mute button. I accidentally muted you. There you go.
Am I unmuted? Am I
You
good?
are now, yes.
Sophia
Great.
Florence, everyone.
Woo! Yeah, I have a Halloween costume on. It's my hair, cousin It from the Addams Family. Anyway, my girlfriend and I, we have been dating for a while, and we moved to the next step in our relationship recently. She put something on my finger. It was real nice. She put it around my wrist afterwards. Yeah, it's right. We're fisting now. It's fucking beautiful. Before I was with her, my therapist, she had a piece of advice for me. She said you should try dating yourself, and that's certainly a suggestion you could make. I tried it. I went out to a movie with myself. I went to dinner with myself, but by the time I got home, I'd eaten a lot of food and popcorn and everything else, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I just didn't want to fuck myself. I was like, you really let yourself go, Sophia. So I'm glad I'm with someone else. Yeah, I'm pretty bad at life. I'm also a failed millennial. I feel like millennials all do certain things, some of which I'm a little afraid of. A lot of millennials, everyone eats ass nowadays.
Woo!
I don't. I'm really afraid of somebody maybe farting in my mouth when they come. I don't know if you guys have ever met somebody that farts when they come, but it's a real thing. It's a problem. We need awareness about this. Need a big campaign. Yeah, I don't know. We'll get that done one day. I'm a big fan of pornography. I feel like a lot of people are nowadays. Everybody's stuck at home, Nothing like, breakster-baiting. That's when you jack off on your breaks during your work from home. But I guess it's obvious. But I'm coining that, so please don't put it on a shirt or tell people that you do it without paying me royalties. Yeah, my favorite genre of porn. I'm 33, so I grew up at a different age. You know, I feel like when I'm older and I meet young kids, I'm gonna be like, when I was your age, porn didn't move in magazines when I was a kid, but it was weird. Things were different. The 1990s. But my favorite genre of porn I found in my teens. It's VHS porn. I don't know what you're thinking. That's not a genre. That's a medium. You're wrong. VHS porn is the best kind because, like, when you're watching porn and you finally come, you have to like stop whatever you were watching. Like, you don't finish it. Like, you're not just gonna keep going. You're like, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm filthy. Like, everyone gets down that rabbit hole, and eventually you're like watching like weird anal fisting videos or like Japanese girls pissing on a subway or something. Yeah, we all do that, I'm sure. But VHS porn, it's different because you stop it and then you got to rewind it, and it's a way better story backwards. Because here's this guy coming in, he takes his clothes off, and the girl gets down on her knees, and he uses his dick as a vacuum to clean her face off. That's amazing. Where is Vacuum Dick Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? When are they going to get on this train? I've been waiting for it for years. What a great superhero that guy is. Amazing. I grew up bilingual, speaking both French and English, which is as useful as it sounds in Connecticut. And by that, I mean not. But I decided to watch porn in other languages the other day on Pornhub, and I learned something. No matter what language you speak in, before you come, you sound like you're going to get into a car accident. Everyone always sounds so surprised and alarmed. Everyone, oh my God, I'm going to come. And it's like, why are you so surprised? Like, are you okay? Like, I get it for like straight girls, but the rest of us, like, we don't have to worry about that. Like, you shouldn't be so surprised. That's what we were here for. We were here to start that game and finish it. I'm trans. You can't see my face because I'm in a Halloween costume. But when I was a kid, there wasn't any trans people on TV. I didn't see any until I was like 8 or 9, staying home from school, watching daytime TV when I was sick or pretending to be sick or whatever 8-year-olds do. I don't know. I was watching Jerry Springer. And that was alarming to me because I realized that like my prospects for life were small. You see trans people in the 90s, you only see them on Jerry Springer throwing a couch or marrying some white trash guy living in a trailer. And it's like, well, I'm into women, so I don't think that's the job for me. But I'm really into horror movies and stuff. So my mom was like, hey, I found this movie and you're gonna love it. And it was the second time I ever saw a trans person on TV. And it was this lady, Buffalo Bill. She put somebody down in a well and she made them put on lotion so that their skin was moist, which is good. I think a good skin hygiene routine is important. I worked at a Moe's for a long time, and that role really stuck with me, when you're getting your food. Is it for here or to go? Oh, would you like chips in your bag or basket? You say, oh, it puts the chips in the basket or else it gets the hose again. Yeah. Being trans is weird sometimes because every couple of months I have to get blood tests, like hormone related stuff. And last time I went, this lady, she sits me down and she's like, this is my first time doing this. To say. Turns out she was joking. That's good. She said to me, what are you in here for? And I said, estradiol, progesterone, testosterone, cholesterol, just checking the bases, making sure I'm not too fat to be a tranny or whatever. And she said, "Oh, are you going through the transformation?" I was like, "Yeah, of course I'm gonna turn into a wolf at the full moon. What else would I be doing here?" Um, I'll do one more short joke. Um, when I was on Facebook the other day, I realized that men could just send you anything. I feel like all the women in here know that. Men will just send a lot of things to your direct messages. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Pictures of a certain kind. Some guy sent me one the other day. This old man, a 60-year-old man, sent me a picture that I did not like. It was small and yellow, but like kind of like long shaped, more long shaped than like thick. And it had like 3 or 4 hairs maximum. And it looked like it was wearing a pair of goggles. And like honestly, like I don't know why old men would send you pictures like this. I think minions are outdated. I don't want minions memes. That's not cool at all. All right, guys, that was my time. Thank you.
Merci, Sophia Florence. C'est pour un plaisir. Thank you, Sophia. Appreciate it. All right. So, Dan, any updates from our Facebook Live audience?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would say yeah, but I haven't actually seen anyone. How do you say it? I see that there are other people watching, but I have not seen them like or comment. So unfortunately, I don't have any shout outs to give, but I would say if you do want a shout out, do like or comment. I see that you're there, so you can like or comment on it to do that. And we'll be sure to get you a shout out during the next interlude. Also, if you are enjoying this show and you want to watch more, I recommend that you either subscribe to the Flower Shop Bangers on YouTube or you can like the Flower Shop Bangers on Facebook. Either works, and because we always like to have people watching the show. All right, back to you, Stuart.
Thank you so much, Dan. Now, normally I promote our next show at the very end of each show. However, what we're doing this coming Sunday is something usually very special and very unique. We did this once at Shakers about 2 years ago. As a matter of fact, 2 years ago next week, it came up as a Facebook memory. We're for our 60th remote show. Today is number 59. For our 60th show this coming Sunday, we are going to have you, the audience, vote for everything that happens in the show. We're going to have Flower Shop Bangers, obviously, but we're also going to have 2 stand-up comedians, and we're going to have 2 musical acts, and you're going to vote for the running order of the show. You're going to vote for the music that plays in between each act, the introduction music and everything. You get to vote for what I'll be wearing. You get to vote for what Dan's wearing. It's our People's Choice show, and we hope you tune in and vote. We do have a Facebook event set up. Just look for semi-regular Sundays, People's Choice Night. Without further ado, our next comedian is, sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. Awkward segue. Our next comedian is presently based in Cleveland, Ohio, though I believe he is originally from the Houston area. Now, I just want to assure that our next comedian that this is a safe and inclusive space. If you're really from Euclid, we will not judge you. He is a really phenomenal comedian. Please welcome to the show, Clayton.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Stuart. Thank you, Daniel. I did live in Euclid for a couple of years, actually. So I'm just going to throw that out there. But whatever, right? Can I just go back to that segment about eating ass with Sophia for a second? if you're not eating ass, you're making the wrong decisions in life. I'm just gonna put that out there. You can call me the choo-choo train because I eat ass. No, okay, just me. All right. All right. So, how many of you guys consider yourselves like social butterflies? Anybody? You guys get out there and just flirt up a storm and talk to everyone and have all these friends. Anybody? No, none of y'all. Okay, me neither. I had to get rid of a lot of friends recently because a lot of friends only wanted to hang out with me because of the way I eat chicken wings. Yeah, I had to start hanging out with women because it was more comfortable that way. And I have a fiance, I guess. We'll get to that in a second. So I can't really hang out with a lot of females, with her knowing at least. And I can't hang out with dudes because when I go to B-dubs is the only time anyone wants to hang out. And I'm just sitting there I'm a bit thick in the middle. I don't exercise really and I eat a lot of food. But I love chicken wings. Just like I love chicken wings more than I love my fiance. All right. I have a 4-year-old and I don't even know if I love him as much as I love chicken wings. Like I could do dirty things to some chicken wings and it would be considered cheating on my girl. I'll be honest with you. Like I get up in there and just like just suck it right off the bone, right? I get my tongue up in there and just like right in between the two like wing bones is just and you hear that pop, like it's almost like the pussy popping, but better. I say at least. And then unbeknownst to me, I look over and the whole time anyone I hang out with is sitting across the table just like, oh my God, that is awesome. And I'm like, I got this like sexy 19-year-old pumpkin spice white girl voice, right? So I'm not making it better. I'm just like, oh, that was a big one, huh? And the main reason why I'm not usually like uncomfortable in situations like that, but the main reason why I had to stop hanging out with these motherfuckers is because they would dip off to the bathroom for 15 minutes at a time and I was always getting stuck with a bill. So it's just, I was broke all the time. So fuck them. Dennis cracking his ass off. I am engaged. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I don't know how I pull that one off. I assume it's because of a giant dick because I don't make money. I don't have a great personality. I'm not friendly. I'm like kind of an asshole. So, but I'm going with this thing, the smaller the voice, the bigger the cock, right? When I proposed to my girl, I had the ring. I bought it from Walmart for about $50 because, as they say, 3 months salary or something like that. But I'm a comedian and a stay-at-home dad, so I just bought whatever was out of my salary range. I was like, well, this seems expensive to me, so I'll buy that. And I assume everybody who has a job works their way up from that point. So I spent $50, and we went on vacation for a weekend because. We have a child. We don't want to be too far away, but we were trying to get away. And we went to, I think it was the third day or last day, and it was Sunday, and we went to Fridays. And we were just drinking and eating the fucking chicken wings. And we finally, closing call comes out. We go walking out to our car. My license is suspended. Again, another reason why I don't know why this girl said yes, because I don't drive. I'm white trash as can be. And we get in the car and she starts the car. And then I look in the rearview mirror and I see a cop car just chilling. He's not moving. He's ready to get somebody. And I look over my girl. I'm like, hey, before you like pull off, why don't you stop the car? I want to go over there and talk to you for a second. And she's like, why? What's going on? Everything okay? Let's just get out of the car, baby. I want to talk to you. We get out of the car and we walk over towards like the dumpster. There's like a little grassy area. I'm like, let's look at the stars. And she's like looking and looking. Oh yeah, that's Orion's belt or whatever the fuck, white people say. And I'm like, oh, I gotta tie my shoe. I was wearing slippers, but whatever. And I get down and I pull that ring out. And I'm just like, baby, will you marry me? And she's like, oh my God. I mean, no, but, I'll say yes to this part. So, yeah, we're not getting married. But that cop did drive away, and I saved her from a DWI. So I think that's the most romantic thing I've ever done in my life. And can I just say that I fucked that up about 6 weeks later? It was like, you know what? I'm glad you don't want to marry me because you pissed me the fuck off, and I don't know if I could deal with not being able to just leave whenever I want. And she took that ring and chucked it in the woods, and we've been happy ever since. Yeah, this always surprises people. That's my life though. I didn't even fret. I was like, yeah, I had that coming. So yeah, I'm a stay-at-home dad. My girl, she's a construction worker. She builds things and then comes home and breaks me down. It's the craziest shit ever. I'm emasculated every day. But the cool thing is this kid is a fucking awesome little son of a bitch. And the very first day that, I was staying home and she went to work, she got the big badass career. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm more of a noon guy. So it was kind of an adjustment. This kid, about 3 years old, it just runs outside. I hear a bang. That's the only thing that woke me up. I'm like, my kid's outside. First thing in the morning, he's tethered, unparented, no parental supervision. So I go running out there, and this kid's naked. All right? He's doing yoga. Some shit his mom taught him. Not me, because I sit around and play video games all day. I don't do shit. I don't stand up. This kid, can I just say that the one thing that I did give him was a great gift from God, the giant dick. He was swinging his dick around, and I don't know yoga, but the best way I can describe all of his stances were like the downward facing anaconda. He's just out there like, you can see that, just swinging his dick around, dick to the floor. And I really don't know how much I can emphasize to you that there were people watching, because we live on a golf course and I was really embarrassed. There's 4 dudes just chilling out there, and I'm like, if you don't get your goddamn ass inside, away from them Jeffrey Epsteins and the Mark Kellys, you're not gonna be my kid anymore, dude. Like, come on, have some common sense. Shit. But to be honest with you, I don't think they were being creepy. I think they were just admiring how big his dick is. His dick is literally bigger than he is. I don't understand how his body pumps enough blood into that thing. It's kind of scary. And that's the worst part about being a stay-at-home dad in my situation is not only do I not make money, not only does my girl come home bringing the bacon and telling me how to do the dishes and, you got to do this, you got to do the laundry, blah, 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 blah. But my kid's got a bigger dick than I do. I can't win in my house at all. And I'm going to leave you with one last joke. This will be a quick one. I just recently learned how to do laundry being a stay-at-home dad. I never knew how. I had a mom. I don't know. And my favorite part about doing laundry is bringing it up after washing and drying. That part usually takes about 3 days. But you bring it up, you start a pile, and then you say, everyone, The laundry needs to be folded. If you want to help, you can come in the living room and hang out and watch TV together. It'll be a fun time. And I usually drink mimosas while I do it. But after I'm done with my mimosas, 2 or 3, I usually get in the pile and cover myself up. And I just hide in there for like 4 or 5 hours, take a nap, because ain't nobody looking for me. That's been my time. Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Cole Clayton, everyone. Thank you so much, Cole. All right, Dan, any updates?
Not really seeing too much not really much to report at the moment, but thank you everyone who has watched so far. We really do appreciate you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Don't comment on that shit. Come on.
Yes, again, questions, comments, concerns. If you have any grievances or any nitpicks about tonight's show, we're welcome to hear it. Also, by the way, our improv tip jar is still hanging tight at $12.18. Again, everyone going home with $2.03.
Woo!
At least.
I'm already home.
All right. Woo! That's right. We're all pretty much stuck at home, aren't we? Again, well, if Dan could just put up the Venmo again, if you're enjoying the show, for a little money our way. Again, this is a pretty no-budget show, so we try to do what we can to support our performers. Without further ado, our next comedian, or I should say our next performer, is based in Somerset, New Jersey, not far from Rutgers. She is a comical singer-songwriter, has recorded 9 albums, has been featured on the BBC, Dr. Demento, Pandora, NPR's Morning Edition, and Sirius XM's Comedy Radio.
Damn.
That's absolutely impressive. It is an absolute thrill to have in our show. You can find her at carlau.com, Carla Ulbrich.
Thank you. I brought my own audience. When you're out on the town, going through the drive-thru, or heating up a can of pork and beans, or dancing up a storm in your living room, it's the official uniform of the quarantine. Sweatpants, they go with everything. Sweatpants, be on trend if you dare. Sweatpants are just no better choice for your long commute from the bed to the chair. They're wearing them in all of the trendiest cities, from Paris to Rome to Berlin. These baggy cotton knickers never go out of style because, let's face it, they were never in. Sweatpants, bow, chicka, bow, bow. Sweatpants, hey, they're pajamas too. Sweatpants, not just for the self-employed, because no one can see your pants on Zoom. Paired with an oversized t-shirt, these versatile trousers feature a forgiving, non-judgmental drawstring. Seamlessly go from day to evening with color choices of dull, drab, or blah. Sweatpants for casual Friday, sweatpants and casual Monday, sweatpants and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but weekends are for laundry. So put on your other pair of sweatpants. Everybody's wearing them. Sweatpants, come on in vogue. Sweatpants, you work it, you work it. Sweatpants. Oh, yeah. I'm putting my own laugh and clap track. All I need now is some cardboard cutouts. Baseball style. All right, so when all this started back in March with the lockdown, and we started early here in New Jersey, as those of y'all in California also had to start early with the not going anywhere and wearing a mask all the time thing, and having to learn all this online stuff. So the first time I was on Zoom, I was like, I was intimidated, I must say. I was very confused by the whole process. And then after going through a couple of trainings on how to use Zoom, I turned into a Zoom snob, and I'm like, anybody who comes on with the same dumb questions I had 3 weeks before, I'm like, what is wrong with you? So this is my song from the snob point of view. Everybody's on Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom. Video conferencing all day long. Everybody's on Zoom. Is this on? Can you hear me? You think I could turn off the TV? Maybe turn down your speakers. It's feeding back. Hello, what? Are you talking to me? Me. Everybody's on Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom. I didn't say everyone knew how to use it. Just that everybody's on Zoom. Work meetings, book clubs, 12-step groups, using virtual calls to resume. What really is needed most right now are some meetings on how to use Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom. Everybody's on Zoom. Video conferencing all day long. Everybody's on Zoom. All right, then it got really weird. The perverts started crashing the meeting and flashing their junk. They're just sick. Of course, when you invite every Tom, Dick, and Harry, don't be surprised when you get Tom's, Harry, everybody's on Zoom. Why am I censoring myself after that last set? Everybody's on Zoom. Fish gotta swim, flashers gotta flash. Everybody's on Zoom. Zoom. Woo! Woo! It's the plastic hands clapping. All right. I got one more song for you guys. You can probably figure out who this is about, but if you can't, then maybe it's about you.
Oh, shit.
Probably not. Anyway, thanks, guys, for having me on the show and for putting this on and keeping the comedy going during these kooky times. And I'll leave you with this song. I'm not saying you're a liar, that you say things that may not be true. I'm just saying when I look around, there are things that I trust more than you. Like pet food from China, tap water from Flint, subscriptions that auto-renew, a moil with tremors, a psychic who's broke, the cleanliness of a bowling shoe, miracle water from a TV preacher, a somewhat burnt surge protector, Nigerian email promising cash, the meatballs at Hannibal Lecter's. This whole show is tying together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Freaky. I'm not saying you're a liar, that you say things that may not be true. I'm just saying when I look around, there are things that I trust more than you. Like the guy reading the paper in a nondescript van sitting across the street. Gas station sushi, a blind hairdresser, a plate of Taco Bell meat. My life savings in the stock market, a fart with the stomach flu. A Bigfoot sighting, a set of used tires, my cat with Pepe Le Pew. Yeah, I'm not saying you're a liar, that you say things that may not be true. I'm just saying everywhere I look, there are things that I trust more than you. Like a $3 bill, hair in a can, a period that's overdue. Clean white walls and a toddler with crayons, a hastily packed parachute, the ingredients in a hot dog, being in a cage with gorillas. The 5-second rule is an actual thing, and OJ will catch the real killer. Yeah, these are things that I trust more than you.
Everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Oh, thank you so much, Carla. And you said you have 9 albums.
I do.
That's phenomenal. When was the most recent one released? What's the title of the album? Can we find this on Spotify or something? Or
Yes, it is on Spotify. And I'm actually doing a giveaway at carlaulbrich.com where you just pay shipping. If you can spell my last name, Ulbrich. And it is on Spotify, and they are playing it on SiriusXM, and I put it out this year. I recorded the whole thing. I wrote and recorded the whole thing in quarantine. It's very, very recent.
Oh, that's awesome. Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Carla.
Thanks for having me. Look forward to
Absolutely.
your set.
Thank you. And Dan, do we have any more questions, comments, concerns?
Nope. We don't. Yeah, no, but no, I appreciate everyone who's watched so far. Really
Excellent.
appreciate you
Everyone
guys.
loves the show.
Everyone loves the show, exactly.
There's no need to comment. They are flabbergasted. Their jaws are agape. Yes, they are hanging onto our every word.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Also, just a reminder that when we come back this Sunday, we will be having our People's Choice Night. That's where you vote for the running order of the show. You vote for what I'll be wearing. You'll be voting for what Dan's wearing. You'll be voting for all the music that's in between all the acts. And we have a pretty solid lineup set up for you. We're going to have singer-songwriter Ava Lake. We're going to have musical comedy courtesy of Phil Morris. And we're going to be bringing back our friends Trish Sullivan and, oh my God, I'm blanking on, and April Calger. This should be a pretty solid show. One of these days, I'm going to write a script of everything that I need to say in the show, and then I won't have all these weird little brain farts. But of course, naturally, by the time the show ends, I will forget to write a note. Also, improv tip jar. One last opportunity to check in. Before I forget to mention it, while we are self-promoting, Sophia, I hate to put you on the spot, but to my understanding, you are a film critic. Is that correct? Okay. Sophia's not available at the moment. No worries. But to my understanding, Sophia does have a film criticism page on Facebook, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. You could also find her at Sophia Florence -comedian. Without further ado, your final act of the evening are the co-hosts and co-producers of Some Irregular Sundays. They have been performing together for about 7.5 years and have been doing the Zoom show for about a little over 7 months now. They have performed at improv festivals in cities as far-flung as Omaha, Nebraska, St. Louis, Missouri, Bay, Wisconsin, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Baltimore, Maryland. They also performed in the virtual Yippee Fest right here in Chicago earlier this year. Please welcome Flower Shop Bangers.
There we go. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are the Flower Shop Bangers. I have the Venmos for the improv tip jar right up top. Yeah. So if you want to give any, money to either of those, they will all be split amongst the performers equally. Just the final reminder for that. And without further ado, we are the Flower Shop Bangers. We're going to do some improv for you, and we get weird with it. I don't know.
I don't know what to say either.
I don't know what can be done. It's not an easy thing.
I mean, building a rocket, I mean.
It is a big rocket. It's a big rocket. Yes, it's it's I don't know. There are a lot of calculations involved. I've done a lot of calculations. Haven't you done some calculations?
I would imagine that the bigger the rocket, the more calculations there are.
Yeah, no, there were a lot. But at this point, I am sitting here and I am like, I have to put fuel in the tank, right? But where do I put fuel in the tank?
Yeah, I mean, I thought maybe there was like a little slot, kind of like how like a car has like that little flap that's, to the side.
Exactly. I have filled a lot of cars. I filled a lot of them. I know how much fuel needs to go in there. I know how this is supposed to be done. But I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I appreciate that you were willing to help NASA build this rocket.
Hey, man, it's what I do. I build the rockets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we've kind of made this partnership between the United States and Ukraine.
Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, I'm sorry you can't go back to Ukraine at the moment, but yeah,
No.
my goodness, we are so grateful you built this. I mean, this is really is, at least from what I've seen, a very impressive rocket.
Yes, it's I mean, seriously, it's like when we build rockets, man.
Huh.
But honestly, there
There's
was
like a slot where maybe like it's underneath the rocket where you can like put in like fuel or something.
I don't know.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure I had Larry build the fuel injection area. I had him take full control over that part of the rocket, and well, you know how Larry is.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. I mean, that's the
know.
reason why we asked you to build the rocket.
Yes, but also unfortunately Larry died.
Well, yeah, because the rocket exploded on him.
Yes, it's true.
Yes.
And he built this part. He did this part, and
Yeah. We're gonna miss you, Larry.
we do miss you, Larry.
Yeah. Great man. He made one fatal mistake.
Yes.
Yes. His first mistake and his only mistake.
Yes.
Hey, I was just thinking, just to kind of celebrate this, I got cigars. I don't know if you're a cigar guy, but I just figured.
Why not? But I will
Yeah,
be warn you.
exactly.
We are surrounded by rocket fuel.
Oh yeah, right. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's not a good idea to smoke a cigar around
Yeah,
rocket
yeah,
fuel.
good point. Oh yeah, okay. Oh goodness. Goodness. I mean, I like to celebrate. Actually, I did bring some wine.
That
Oh,
is more.
damn it. Okay,
What?
okay. Forget the wine. Okay, forget the wine. It's just okay. I have some sparklers from leftover from 4th of July. We could play with sparklers. Duh.
That's still just as bad as the cigar.
Okay,
Maybe worse.
okay. All right, crap. Okay, let me think for a second while I vape.
Vaping is also not a great idea. Just throwing it out there,
Okay. All right. Never mind. All right. So why did you leave Ukraine?
It sucked.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, it just wasn't a good place. It's I wouldn't recommend it, honestly.
I mean, I imagine a lot of Eastern Europe is pretty dreary.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, have you been like past Cape Canaveral here? I mean, it's kind of trashy.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not the Ukraine.
No, yeah, I mean, I get that. I
Yeah.
get that. I mean, it's a completely different lifestyle. I mean, it's like
When I came from Ukraine, there was Ukraine and everywhere else.
no, that makes sense.
I had a choice. It was United States, or I was going to take my talents to Russia.
Oh God, and we don't want that. We don't want
No.
that. We don't
No,
want to get into
exactly,
another Russian space race or anything like that.
Yeah.
And you don't know what Putin's plotting.
I mean, truth be told, this is the first aircraft for the Space Force,
Oh
It is
yeah,
true.
yeah. Hold on a second.
What did you just do?
yeah,
You just vaped, didn't you? You just vaped.
Fuck. Oh my God, we need to run. We need to run.
We need to run. Yes, you are right. We need to run. We are running.
So that's how you set up the rocket.
Yes, that is how you set up the rocket,
God. Oh God. Okay.
Apparently, you fuel this rocket from the outside. That is the new type of rocket.
Okay. I mean, boy, good thing what? There's no good thing here. I mean, I fucked up
Seriously,
here.
Johnston, you're supposed to be the administrator here.
I mean,
You are Mike Johnston.
okay. Sorry, Mikhail. Sorry. I'm trying to quit smoking. I figured I was, if I vaped, it would actually get me to stop smoking.
Yes, but in the engine room? In the room with the rocket? Surrounded by rocket fuel?
well,
Seriously.
Larry was trying to quit smoking too. That's what killed him.
Yes, he was, He was a great man.
Okay, well, I would have loved to have taken a video of the rocket launching, but I guess it's too late now.
It is. It is launched in the air. And now...
I'm amazed we have survived that. I mean, we had like a split second to get out of there.
Mhm.
A split second.
Yes, we had a split second. I saw my life flash before my eyes, you know?
Yeah, I mean, living in Ukraine, immigrating to the United States,
Yes.
for NASA.
I saw the wife and child I left in Ukraine. They
Wow.
were there, you know. It was
I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I send them money every so often. You know.
I understand. I mean, I've seen pictures of Katerina. She's a very pretty lady.
She is. Don't get me wrong. You know, that is one reason. Maybe that is maybe one reason I go back to Ukraine at some point. But at the same time, I'm just sitting here like, why would I? I can build a rocket here. I can make things here. You know, I make a lot of money here. NASA pays. NASA pays. Truth be told, I don't understand why everyone doesn't become a rocket scientist.
Wait, watch the rocket.
What?
Wait, it's going straight for the moon.
Oh my God.
It's going to
straight
land
for
on the moon.
Oh my God. That thing just landed on the moon.
I mean, we completely fucked this up, but we succeeded.
I mean, I guess we did, but at the same time, it's like there was supposed to be someone in there when it landed on the moon. Now it's just going to be a spaceship on the moon that has no one in it. And yet somehow it landed perfectly. I can see it from here.
I mean, you're right. There's supposed to be like a team of 3 that were supposed to be on that rocket. Right. God, I mean, I hate being the guy who's going to have to... I'm going to have to break the bad news to the astronauts, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to tell them that we need to go back to the drawing board. We need to make a new rocket. And quite honestly, this time I am not putting the fuel injection on the outside of the ship. That makes no sense.
Okay.
That was part of the cause of our problems, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I just thought it'd be easier to build if it was like somehow like detachable or something, so it's easier to find.
I don't mean to blame a dead guy, but Larry maybe didn't make the brightest decision, you know.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but the average life expectancy of a NASA engineer is 53.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm 56 now. I've outlived the...
Oh, yeah. I mean, but it's like we NASA engineers, we're always towing the line of danger. I mean, this was going to be the project that was going to get me in all the papers. I was going to get all the, I was going to get all the media attention. I was going to get my second master's with this rocket. I mean, I suppose I could still maybe get like some sort of op-ed in National Geographic or something.
Yes.
Man, I'm just loving that. It just the way that it's going up in the air. It's like poetry. Sorry, the sun's getting in my face.
I got you. Yes.
It's going right in the direction of the sun.
I feel like the stages of grief are an interesting stages, and I don't know what they are. But right now, I am lamenting 6 years of hard work. 6 years that I have spent away from my wife and child.
I'm lamenting the $1.1 billion that I had to beg the government for.
Mike, I just thought I'd tell you.
Yes, Mikhail?
Mine is worse.
Okay.
I'm just going to throw it out there. You tried to make this comparison right now. You compared $1.1 billion to my wife and child. I do not find that funny.
Oh my God.
Yes, you realize immediately after I said I spent time away from my wife and child that you compared that to $1.1 billion. And quite honestly, all the money in the world, you cannot, compare that to my wife and child. I'm sorry, man.
I'm gonna get fired for this. I mean, I'm thinking about, the fact that I had to beg money when there wasn't money for this project. Yes.
I mean, truth be told, it's all your fault, man. You vaped in the engine room. Don't sit here and I don't even know if you deserve to feel bad. You kind of do. It's a silly situation. It sucks that it happened. But ultimately, you know what? It's all your fault.
I mean, I was the one who brought the vape. I had the cigars. I had the wine.
Mm-hmm.
I had the sparklers.
In fact, you did.
Well, I mean, do you want to drink the wine now?
We might as well.
That's our show! Thank you so much to Lauren Mayer, to Clayton, to Sophia, and to Carla Ulbrich. Again, please tune in this Sunday for our People's Choice show. So make sure to vote for that. Make sure to vote sometime before November 3rd. If you've already voted at home, then drop it off at a polling station. In the meantime, please wash your hands. Please stay 6 feet away from people you don't know or barely know. Believe women. Black Lives Matter. Have a good night.
Woo!
Yay.